going down and, it doesn't burn or nothing. So I went onto the website, and just for shits and giggles, I didn't think nothing was going to happen from it. I filled out the form, and then, like, a day or two later, Carol Shannis from Cold Talk contacted me, and that's how we all got being sponsored and all that good stuff. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. But the Jägermeister thing, I do remember that, and that now I see the relation there, because that was big, but that was very, very hard to become a part of. I tried for a while to become, affiliated with them as a band. And, of course, by the time all of that got settled in and was ready to roll, I'm already moving on to another project. So that was the rough part with Jägermeister, because they were so huge. But they... and
that cough medicine.
Right. And then I tried for the radio show, and just, they didn't bite on that. And then something I said, I was going to email Cold Cock, and I delayed it. And I'm like, why would they want to work? And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to contact them on Facebook and say, I want to work with you guys. I don't know how to go about this. I don't know what you guys, if you work with radio shows or what you do, or what the hell I could do for you besides run an ad. And they were like, oh, just contact this email. And that's what I did. And that's how I got on the board. And, I gave it a shot. So, I mean, I'm not really sponsored by them, so-called, but, I put their product out there for them because, they allow me in the community and allow me to, work with the bands and shit. And, it's good for cross-promotion. But enough about Cold Cock. They got enough promotion.
That's right.
More back to the album here. So there's 12 tracks on the brand new album.
Yes, sir.
What are some of your favorite tracks off it? I know, that's hard to ask a musician, but to give people an idea or something that you would recommend they would listen to first to get their attention.
Sure, Ricky, why don't you go ahead and you give it yours, and then I'll give it mine.
Some of my favorite tracks. Well, my least favorite track, and John knows this one, it will be Liar. That's my least favorite track. But my favorite track probably would be Paper Cut Suicide, only because the lyrics are real personal with me and myself, because I am battling demons deep inside, and this is one of the only ways that I could express how I'm feeling on the inside. And, instead of like acting on my actions as far as suicide goes, I decided that I would just write it down on paper and pretty much extinct myself on paper, be that it is being called paper cut suicide versus an actual thing. But yeah, that would be my favorite track. But every track is, except for Liar, I'm not a big fan of it. Every track is, I love every track, but Paper Cut Suicide is my favorite.
I like... No, go ahead, sorry.
Because it's so personal. The lyrics are so personal.
So I like that you said you don't hear too many musicians who say this is my least favorite. So I like that. I'm definitely down with some negativity here and there. Why is it that you don't like it?
I'm going to answer this question. I'm answering this question for him is because he didn't want to.
100 times. That's how you can answer the question.
He doesn't like the song because, well, it's a difficult song to write lyrics to, for sure. There's a lot of different parts and there's a lot of different changes, and so I can understand why he had difficulty with, coming up with his vocal melodies, and I get it. But for me, Liar is probably one of my favorite tunes because of all the different layers going on.
Yeah, so basically,
but it turned out good because Jay, you played it before, but it did turn out good than what I thought it wouldn't, but it did turn out good. So,
yeah, I mean, when you're a singer, just from a singer standpoint, it's definitely, when there's a lot of changes, it can be mind blowing. But technically, from an instrument standpoint, changes are good. So it's exactly what you said. So I would believe that. I don't have the song locked in my head. I know I played it, but I'm gonna have to go back and revisit it now that it's your least favorite. So maybe one day you're gonna turn around and that's gonna be your favorite song. I mean that, and as far as your favorite song, I mean that's pretty bold of you to admit that. I mean that's some pretty deep thought there. So I definitely will go back and listen to the song, and I know it's hard to have those thoughts basically. So I'm proud of you in that sense for not going the other route and putting it down on paper. So
all right, thank you.
But so John, what's some of the tracks that move you a little more on the CD?
For me, there are three songs that kind of stick out the most. One is probably going to be a little more, I don't know, a little more, I don't want to say commercially, whatever, but it's probably going to be easier for most people to understand, and that would be Innocent Lost. Yeah. That song it's actually kind of funny. I suffer from insomnia, so I don't sleep too often. When I do sleep, I have some really fucked up dreams. So I had this dream where I was the fourth member in the Lone Rangers from the movie Airheads. Yeah.
Wait. Who
and,
won in a wrestling match between Lemmy and God?
Lemmy is God. Shut up.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean,
that song is that's what was percolating through my head at that time. And I woke up from that dream and I picked up the guitar. I know it sounds so cliche, but I picked up the guitar and kind of jammed on it for a bit, and that song kind of came out. But I mean, I dig it. I think it's one of our better tunes.
Cool.
Telltale. I absolutely love that song because it's another one of those songs that has just some weird changes in it. I mean, it's nothing, it's not like freaking Tosin Abasi weird changes, but, for your everyday average listener, it's, it's got some different things in there. And I like that. I like mixing it up and making audiences think.
What would be your favorite song to play live from the CD?
Favorite song to play live? Jeez. Oh, man. I the one that gets, I think that gets us the most response. I'm not sure if it's because we play it last and everybody's ready for us to get off stage, but generally we get a pretty good response when we play Gacy live.
Cool. So you guys brought up Lemmy. Was he a big influence on you guys? We lost a lot of good musicians over the past year, just over my past lifetime. I mean, I have seven favorite singers. I mean, Lemmy, great musician. I mean, he wasn't in my top. He wasn't one of the seven that I lost, but I only got three left out of that seven, so it's pretty mind-blowing. But was he an influence on you at all?
Oh, for sure, man. He was Lemmy was that. I mean, when you talk about the word icon is thrown around a lot, but when you talk about truly iconic musicians and just generally, I mean, he epitomizes the word icon when it comes to what he did in the music scene, what he did for loads of other up-and-coming musicians in his time, not to mention how he's influenced showmanship since. I mean, the guy was as
Oh,
about a down to earth dude as you could probably meet, and then he was he was a rock. Yeah, right. He's a rock god. I mean, there's no way around it.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. It's just crazy that one day it was his birthday, and then I couldn't believe how many people were posting. I never seen anything like that. And if all of those, he definitely was a household name, but they didn't sell. They were like the Ramones. They didn't sell a great deal of records, but everybody knows who the hell they are. And that was another sad day when Joey Ramone died, but.
Right.
You got to go sometime. So it's definitely a rough thing. But the way the rock community has come together for some of these musicians, I mean, they're going to webcast this guy's services at the Whiskey in L.A. So I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But you guys got these live shows coming up. Do you guys do anything special with the live shows, or do you just go out there and put the music out?
We always do something special. So, we like to let people kind of come and experience it, for themselves. Generally speaking, I like to mix it up. Whenever my gear's not broken, I like to get down and actually interact with the crowd whilst playing. That's always fun for me. Get beat up a little bit though. So
right.
He'll go out with his wireless and he'll try to interact with the crowd to get them moving and stuff. But with the CD release show, we're going to actually have a raffle where we will be giving away a signed copy of the CD and a bottle of Coke whiskey. So
nice.
Anybody that's in the DFW area, come out to the show this Saturday, man.
Cool.
Win
cool.
a CD or bottle of whiskey.
So I appreciate you guys coming on the show, taking the time. I know I screwed you guys up when I booked you and I had to move it to a Tuesday night because of my shitty work schedule. But my last question is for Ricky. GNR, Guns N' Roses. What do you think? You knew it was coming, bro.
John's laughing because John knows that I'm a huge GNR fan. Man, from the past, I've seen Guns N' Roses twice. The only time that the only memory that I have is when I saw them with Metallica and Faith No More. And Axl fucked the whole crowd. Like, he didn't show up for like an hour and a half. The Guns N' damn. I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but I think there's gonna be a whole bunch of stipulations in a contract, because that being that big of a band, there's going to be a contract. And from what I've been told, that it's just Slash. Like, there's been rumors that Duff was going to join, Izzy was going to come back, and then either Matt Sorum or Steven Adler. But I think from what I've been told, it's just Slash.
Yes.
Slash and Axl.
Something came out today that one of these rock journalists said Duff was back, Slash, Axl. They're keeping Frank, the drummer. They got the guy that was in Velvet Revolver on guitar too. And for $100 million deal, I think it should, there should be at least one. Izzy should be back. I understand why they may not want to bring Steven Adler back.
Right.
Just because, of all the years on, putting it out in public and, can he do those dates? Do they want to pay him that? Do they want to put that type of money back in his hands? I'm sure he still has some cash, but I'm sure that these are things that were considered. And do I want to see that get fucked up? If I'd rather see Matt Sorum or the other guy there, just so you have someone that's pretty much reliable.